The New Mexico desert, vast, unforgiving and silent, it holds its secrets close. Beneath a blazing sun, shadows stretch, and secrets remain buried. But sometimes the silence is shattered. In the heart of this desolate landscape, a different kind of silence screamed. It was the silence of those who could no longer speak. Their voices were stolen, trapped within the walls of a nondescript trailer. This is the story of the Toy Box Killer. This is the story of David Parker Ray. David Parker Ray was born in Belen, New Mexico, in 1939. His childhood was a glimpse into the darkness that would consume him. He was a quiet boy, withdrawn and prone to fantasies. His family life was turbulent, marked by an abusive father and a strained relationship with his mother. Ray developed a fascination with torture. He devoured books on the subject. He would spend hours sketching detailed diagrams of torture devices, his mind conjuring up horrific scenarios. As he grew older, his fantasies morphed into a terrifying reality. Ray's depravity found a home in a soundproof trailer he called his toy box. This wasn't just any ordinary trailer, it was a fortress of malevolence, hidden away from prying eyes in the desolate woods. The exterior, though unassuming, masked the horrors that lay within. It was a place where nightmares were not just dreamt, but meticulously crafted and brought to life. This was no child's plaything, it was a meticulously crafted chamber of horrors. Every inch of the space was designed with a singular purpose: to inflict pain and suffering. The tools and instruments that filled the room were not just for show. They were carefully selected and placed to maximize the terror and agony of his victims. Each item had a specific role in his twisted rituals, turning the trailer into a living nightmare. The walls were adorned with mirrors, reflecting the terror of his victims back at them. These mirrors were not just decorative, they served a sinister purpose. By forcing his victims to watch their own suffering, Ray amplified their psychological torment. The reflections created an inescapable loop of fear, making the victims feel as though they were trapped in a never-ending horror show, with no hope of escape. Restraints of every kind, chains, ropes, pulleys, hung from the ceiling, a macabre testament to his meticulous planning. These were not randomly placed. Each restraint was positioned to ensure maximum control over his victims. The chains clinked ominously, the ropes swayed gently, and the pulleys creaked, all contributing to the atmosphere of dread. The room was a carefully orchestrated symphony of terror, with each element playing its part in Ray's sadistic opera. A gynecological chair sat in the center, cold and metallic, a symbol of his need to control and dehumanize. This chair was not just a piece of furniture, it was a throne of torment. Its cold metal surface was a stark contrast to the warmth of human flesh, amplifying the discomfort and fear of those forced to sit in it. The chair's presence in the center of the room made it the focal point of Ray's twisted activities, a constant reminder of his dominance and the helplessness of his victims. Surgical tools lay scattered around, glinting under the dim lights. These were not just any tools, they were instruments of pain, each one chosen for its ability to inflict maximum suffering. The glint of the metal under the dim light added to the eerie atmosphere, making the tools seem almost alive, ready to leap into action at Ray's command. The sight of these tools alone was enough to send shivers down the spine of anyone who entered the room. Audio tapes played, filled with Ray's chilling voice, his instructions a perverse script for the horrors he inflicted. These tapes were not just recordings, they were a testament to Ray's meticulous nature. Each tape contained detailed instructions, a step-by-step guide to the torment he planned to inflict. The sound of his voice, calm and methodical, added an extra layer of terror, making the victims feel as though they were part of a twisted play, with Ray as the director. He sought not only to break their bodies but also to shatter their minds, keeping them in a perpetual state of fear and submission. Ray's ultimate goal was complete domination, both physical and psychological. By instilling a constant sense of fear, he ensured that his victims were always on edge, never able to relax or feel safe. This perpetual state of terror was his true masterpiece, a testament to his twisted genius and the depths of his depravity. The exact number of women Ray tortured remains unknown. His reign of terror left a trail of pain and suffering that is difficult to quantify. Some whispers suggest it could be in the dozens, perhaps even more. The fear he instilled in his victims was so profound that many were too terrified to speak out. Many victims, forever scarred by their ordeal, refused to come forward, their silence a tragic echo of the horrors they endured. The psychological scars ran deep, leaving them haunted by memories they could never escape. Others vanished without a trace, their fates forever entwined with the mystery of the toy box. Families left behind grappled with the agony of not knowing what happened to their loved ones. The desert holds its secrets close. The vast, desolate landscape became a silent witness to unspeakable acts, its sands concealing the truth. The true extent of Ray's crimes may never be fully revealed. Despite the efforts of law enforcement, many questions remain unanswered, and many cases remain unsolved. Each missing person report, each whispered rumor, serves as a chilling reminder of the darkness that lurked within the heart of a seemingly ordinary man. The community, once peaceful, now lives with the shadow of his deeds, a constant reminder of the evil that can hide in plain sight. In the wake of his atrocities, the community came together to remember the victims, holding vigils and creating memorials. These acts of solidarity serve as a beacon of hope, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable darkness. Section 5. A Glimmer in the Darkness, Cynthia's Story. In March 1999, a faint glimmer of hope pierced the darkness. Cynthia Vigil, a young woman held captive in the toy box, managed to escape. Her story, a harrowing testament to human resilience, sent shockwaves through the community and beyond. Barefoot and clad only in a dog collar, she stumbled towards freedom, clutching the ice pick that had become her lifeline. Her escape was a testament to the strength of the human spirit, a beacon of hope in the face of unimaginable cruelty. Cynthia's escape led authorities to Ray's doorstep. The subsequent investigation unveiled the horrifying truth of the toy box, exposing a sinister world hidden in plain sight. Evidence collected from the trailer, including videotapes and torture devices, painted a chilling picture of Ray's crimes. Alongside Ray, his girlfriend Cindy Hendy and his accomplice Dennis Roy Yancey were also apprehended. The arrests sent shockwaves through the community. How could such horrors occur for so long without anyone noticing? The trial of David Parker Ray was a media sensation. The world watched in horror as the details of his crimes unfolded. In 2001, Ray, facing a potential 224 years in prison, accepted a plea deal to avoid the death penalty. He was sentenced to 224 years. His death in 2002, from a heart attack, brought little closure to the victims and their families. For them, the scars of his cruelty ran deep, a constant reminder of the darkness he unleashed. Despite the trial and convictions, a chilling question remains: how many more victims are out there? Ray's meticulous record-keeping, often cited by investigators, only adds to the puzzle. Some tapes were destroyed, leaving gaps in the narrative of his crimes. The vastness of the New Mexico desert, where Ray disposed of evidence and perhaps even bodies, makes the search for answers even more daunting. The case, officially closed, continues to haunt investigators and the families of the victims. The story of the Toy Box Killer is a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of seemingly ordinary lives. David Parker Ray, known infamously as the Toy Box Killer, was a man who led a double life. On the surface, he appeared to be an average, unassuming individual, but beneath that facade lay a monstrous reality. His crimes were not just acts of violence, they were meticulously planned horrors that spanned years, leaving a trail of pain and suffering in their wake. It's a story of survival, of the strength of the human spirit to endure even the most horrific of circumstances. The victims, many of whom were never found, endured unimaginable torment. Yet, amidst the darkness, there were glimmers of hope. Some managed to escape, their stories of survival serving as a beacon of resilience and courage. These survivors, though scarred, became symbols of the indomitable human spirit, refusing to be defined by the horrors they endured. And it's a story that remains unfinished, a haunting reminder of the victims whose voices were silenced, and the ongoing search for truth and justice in the vast expanse of the New Mexico desert. The desert, with its vast, unforgiving landscape, holds many secrets. Investigators continue to search, hoping to uncover the truth and bring closure to the families of the missing. Each discovery, no matter how small, is a step towards justice, a step towards ensuring that the victims are not forgotten. The silence, once a tool of terror, now echoes with their memory. The very silence that once concealed the horrors now serves as a poignant reminder of the lives lost and the pain endured. It is in this silence that we find the strength to remember, to honor, and to seek justice for those who can no longer speak for themselves. Their stories, though fragmented and incomplete, deserve to be heard. Each photograph, each article, each piece of evidence is a fragment of a larger tragic puzzle. These fragments, when pieced together, tell a story of unimaginable horror, but also of incredible resilience. They remind us of the importance of remembering, of bearing witness to the past, and of ensuring that such atrocities are never repeated. Their fight for survival, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, must never be forgotten. The survivors, with their unwavering determination, remind us that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit can endure and overcome. Their stories are not just tales of survival. They are powerful testaments to the strength, courage, and resilience that lie within each of us. As we remember their struggles, we are inspired to continue the fight for justice, to ensure that their voices are heard, and to honor their memory by never forgetting the lessons of the past.